Boo, bitch! Happy Halloween! My name is Phoebe.
And I'm Keiara.
This is the I Don't Want to Make This Too Long podcast.
The podcast for girlies that like to gossip via 20-minute voice messages to their besties. Mwahahaha.
Oh, shit. Okay, that was sick.
Oh my gosh.
Well, hello, friends.
Hi,
Welcome to
everybody.
our Halloween episode. We're in our Hogwarts garb for our visual watchers.
Yes, for those of you tuning into the video version of this, you can see that we're in our Hogwarts uniforms.
Period.
And we're feeling festive this
We
year.
are. It is Halloween, which I don't think I'm being presumptuous to say is our favorite holiday. Maybe yours is Christmas, but one of the favorites for both.
Yeah, your favorite, my second favorite, because my first favorite holiday is my birthday. Christmas. Yes, my birthday's on Christmas.
Which we're going to have to do a Christmas extravaganza episode.
La 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 la.
Bitch. Boo, bitch.
Boo, bitch. Ho 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 and keep on running.
So, welcome to our Halloween episode. We are going to do lots of festive, cute little Halloween things today. But where should we begin? There's so many things to discuss on this Hallows Eve.
Yes, so I thought it would be really cute to pick out some like ghost stories or like creepy stories to read to you guys, and then we would rate them to each other.
Yes.
We're going to get into that. So before we get into that, we just wanted to discuss our love for the holiday and what we like to do, the fun things that are around. I think it would be also fun to discuss very briefly like the cool houses that we've seen, because we've been talking a lot about like we've seen some crazy houses that have like crazy Halloween decorations.
Yeah, there's a couple people on my rob list because some of you bitches have not one, not two, but like 4 of the 12-foot tall skeletons, and my ass doesn't have one.
Not a single one.
So y'all are on my rob list. Yeah. If you wake up and one of your skeletons are gone, it's at my house.
You're getting hit. Yeah, for sure.
Yup. Uh-huh.
Yup. I love those too. I don't understand. I mean, I feel like y'all got money if you can afford even one.
Yeah, I think they're like $400.
They're fucking expensive, those things. And some of you have like 4 or 5.
I'll put my ass in debt for a 12-foot tall skeleton. That's fine.
And guess what? It's being used year round.
Dude, there's a house by us that uses it year round. Like it's in their backyard. So when you drive past it, because it's so tall, I've seen like in the summer, they put like a big Hawaiian lei around it, which is like,
that's cute.
So slay.
I wonder also, because now that I think about it, like all those people that have those decorations, they are fairly like big and tall. I wonder if also there's like a rental service where you can rent them instead of owning them. Because where the fuck do you keep a 12-foot tall skeleton?
That's you know what? That's a good business venture idea. Because people do that with like rental, like bounce houses.
Yeah. Oh my.
Our heads,
and
our minds, and our brains
and they're
too.
working, and our brains too are working over. You know what? That might be an investment.
We'll discuss offline.
Yes.
You bitches can't be biting our idea.
Steal our idea.
It's patent pending, bitch.
Yeah, because honestly, I couldn't imagine anyone keeping 3, let alone 4 giant like skeletons or pumpkin heads or whatever. Like that's insane. If you have the storage space, good for you. But I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Speaking of like Halloween, I think something that always I think about when it comes to Halloween, and like us in particular when it comes to Halloween, is I think it was the first Halloween that we were friends. We both dressed up as genies, like I Dream of Jeannie style genie. And our mothers made us wear clothes underneath our costumes. And like, that was such a traumatizing experience.
Like, it's so funny because as children, or as little girls, I should say, like, we don't even know what it means to like, I don't want to use the word sexy, but like, you know, we don't even know what it means to like show skin or like, you know, be in like a cutie costume.
Yeah.
But we want to so bad.
Yeah.
So when your mom makes you put on like jeans, or not jeans, but like clothes, like long sleeves under your costume. It's like,
yeah,
this isn't cute.
Yeah, and they always use like the lie of like, well, we're trying to make sure you're warm.
Yeah.
Bitch, we live in Southern California. It's not like it's -20 outside.
And
it's
even
still
if
warm.
It is, I don't care. You guys are ruining the vibe of my costume. Like,
we learned from a very early age, a hoe never gets cold. And yet here they were.
Trying to keep us down.
They were trying to keep a bitch down.
With the long sleeve.
But I just always think about that when it comes to Halloween. And then, I mean, just... Yeah. I think that was the only Halloween we really like spent together, I think, because I think you moved away not that long afterwards. Or I don't remember, but like that just made me laugh because we both picked being a genie, and I don't think we picked that on purpose to match. Like I think we both did that on accident.
Like individually we're like, yeah, I want to be this, and then we both might have, I don't know, came outside and we're like, oh shit, well one of us got to change.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But yeah, that's so funny. And it just reminds me of like, do you remember being in school, like I'm talking elementary school, and you would like dress up for school for Halloween, and like all the kids were like wearing these like princess dresses with like tennis shoes, and like so we were wearing literal outfits and like the ugly ass tennis shoes with our princess dresses, just like, ugh, I really wanted to wear the plastic heels.
I think my favorite thing about kids wearing costumes is the boys that would dress up. So they'd be like, you know, like Ghostface or like a Power Ranger or something. And then again, to your point, with the ugly ass tennis shoes. And it's like...
it's just such a... you look back fondly. Like how... the memories. And also, like, another thing that I noticed with kids, like elementary school kids and middle school kids who would dress up as Scream... Always, without a doubt, it was the bloody one with the pump. Always. No one had a regular Ghostface mask. No, it was always the bloody one.
Yeah. And now, too, like, they make the Ghostface mask in, like, a chrome. So it's, like, a red chrome kind of one. And I'm like, can we just have the classic Ghostface?
Leave it alone, okay? It's
Baby, what are we doing?
What are we doing? It was fine the way it was, okay?
Y'all always just gotta fuck it up.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that was that. I feel like Halloween is such a special time because it's right on, what's the name for it?
Samhain.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know what people call like the three big holidays, like Hollow Thanksmas.
Oh,
shit, yeah. It's like all the three major holidays. Like
I've never heard that term. I love that.
Because it's like, right, you know, everyone's excited because like it's getting cold, you know, all the holiday stuff is coming out. In every aspect. The holiday gift sets at the store, the holiday sales, the Christmas stuff, the Halloween decorate. It's just like everyone's just happier.
I know,
during this time. I mean, obviously you have like, you know, like shout out to my girlies with seasonal depression.
The sads.
But aside from that, it's just like a time where like you're getting cozy. Me, I love it because it's my time to like bake cookies and drink hot chocolate every single day and every single night.
Yep.
And sit by a fire and watch my favorite horror movies. So,
see, this time of year, it's almost like a birthday to me where it's like it's overhyped for so long, you can't wait for it, and then when it happens you're almost disappointed because if I had it my way, I'd have a house that I would be that house in the neighborhood that's like the lights, the fog machine, the scream effects, the fucking army of 12-foot tall skeletons, and I'd have all this money to do like horror nights, not scary farm,
all of it.
Halloween emo night, you know, club all nights, and
every day
throw a Halloween party and throw like everything. So like, I love Halloween so much. Same. I love a horror movie. I love a Nightmare Before Christmas moment.
Yeah.
I put aside all my like dark academia books to read during this time, but it's almost like a birthday where it's gone too soon. And it's just like, I don't know. I wish I could live in Halloween forever, but I love, it's my favorite holiday. I mean, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's still that fall vibe.
No, yeah, exactly.
And then when Christmas comes around, like, I'm really trying to be a Christmas person. Obviously, like, I'm a your birthday person, but like, I don't have Christmas trees at the house, whatever. But Harm, you love Christmas. So like, I'm getting more into the spirit because you're really into the spirit.
Get into the spirit.
I'm trying to. Like we mentioned in a previous episode, I'm trying to stop that. I'm not like other girls bullshit and just enjoy fun things like Christmas.
Because I feel like people who don't like Christmas have like very specific like reasons for it, which I
trauma.
Exactly. No, exactly. Because you're not the only person I know that hates Christmas, like because of like for them, like their families or just it's a lonely time. Like there's different reasons people hate Christmas, but I feel like once you find like some aspect of joy, I feel like you have to create your own memories surrounding Christmas in order to enjoy it. Me, I've always loved Christmas. I mean, since I was born, but not just because it's my birthday, but because the holiday itself is always so like, I mean, I've never had like a snow Christmas or like an extravagant like Christmas with like everything, but I just love the idea of like, I can immerse myself in a Lifetime Christmas movie because I want that so bad. Like that whole like small town-esque like, Christmas.
Hallmark movie.
Yeah, like I just love that. And I love the idea of like lots of presents and like big trees and like snow and like I love the smell of Christmas.
Oh, like pine and gingerbread.
Yes, and like the music. I mean, I know people like hate Christmas music. Yeah, when, working at the mall, like I don't know if you had those people that you worked with, or maybe you were one of them who like every time it was holiday time and they would play the holiday like playlist at the malls or at the store, everyone would be like, oh, like I don't want to listen to Christmas music anymore. Me, I was like, I love it.
I only had one Christmas season working retail. Okay. So it didn't really get to me that much because I also worked at Sephora. So like it's never pure Christmas music. It's always like mixed in.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like the way you describe Christmas is how I feel about Halloween. Yeah. Like that pumpkin spice smell, driving around the neighborhood at night with all the like red and purple lights flashing in front of the houses. Like when we went to Santa Monica the other day, driving with all the fog and like through the mansions of fancy.
Fuck the fog. Fuck the real fog. The fake fog can stay. Fuck the real fog. I have trauma.
I just love Halloween. I love everything about it. And I love The Nightmare Before Christmas and like Corpse Bride and like these really cutesy, like Hocus Pocus is my jam.
Oh yeah.
Just like you said, that small town, everything is orange and red leaves and
it's always cold,
Yes, like that, just like
the small
New
town
England
coffee shop.
Yes.
I love
that New England fall. I love. I'm into it.
I'm into it too. And that's like and I think that's what also just makes people so happy is just that feeling of like everyone's like, excited about dressing up or going to parties or doing horror night. Because to your point too, I agree. Like I so badly want to be that person that has their own house. Because I would have at least two of like, I would have a giant pumpkin, like the pumpkin dude, the pumpkin skeleton and the regular skeleton. I would have two of those and I would just have like, I'd go crazy.
Oh yeah, I'd be that house.
I would have like the projector type thing on my garage that's like showing the different
like a horror movie maybe playing or something. Oh my God.
I would do all of that. And then same for Christmas. I feel like those would be obviously like the two major holidays that I would go ham for and like go all out with my decorating. But yeah, like I feel like once we get there, because we will.
Oh, we will. I have no doubt in my mind.
Not one. When we get there and we get our own homes and we're able to do that, I think it's going to be so fun just to see like, I'm going to be Martha May from The Grinch.
Oh, absolutely.
With my light gun.
I would expect nothing less.
That's going to be me. With her outfits, everything. I strive to be Martha May.
I strive to be Morticia Addams, I think.
Damn.
I just want like my big mansion with my like Halloween all year long. No, not Morticia Addams. I'm sure there's like another like hot Halloween-y mom that I could be.
I mean, but she's the main one, so that was a good choice. I feel like that should be our next costume idea. And if we do get our own homes, we should be neighbors. And I'm gonna be Martha, and you're gonna be Morticia. Like all year round. Like people are gonna come and be like, "That's Phoebe's house."
We're gonna be those houses on the PCH in Santa Monica, where it's the Barbie house and then the black house. That's gonna be us.
But there's gonna be elements of each other, like because obviously we have different aesthetics, but I feel like there's gonna be elements where like that's the black house, but there's like pink accents.
Yes.
There's like a black glittery door, or like the pink house, but like there's like some lace trim on the. I don't know. Like there's gonna be.
Some overlap.
There's going to be some overlap. We're going to have fun. But anyways, that was just a little intro.
Oh, one last thing too, a memory from when we were kids. Remember when we decorated our houses for Halloween and we had like fake tombstones in our yard and we would make believe playing Addams Family?
Oh.
We'd like recite the spells from Addams Family or like the chants, I guess, from Addams Family. And it was so much fun. I remember you had this like locker. It was like a Lakers plastic locker. And we would use it as a coffin.
As a coffin?
It was so fucking fun. So fun.
Because we could fit.
You could. I couldn't.
I could fit.
I was big. I was tall.
You big in here.
I couldn't fit at all. My ass has been the same height since I was like 12. So
okay, fair enough. I was the only one that could fit in it.
You were the vampire.
I was the vampire.
See, look, I'm not saying we are gatekeeping vampires, but also like we were super into vampires first.
Literally since like 2003, 4, whatever year we
2004.
2004. We've been on the vampire
witchcraft.
Yeah, the whole
shit.
thing. We were in it deep. Okay, so
you can't tell us nothing.
Not a damn thing. Okay, that was our lore.
That's the lore.
Yeah, the Phoebe and Keiara lore.
I just feel so like. I just want to run through like a very old New England college churchyard with this robe, like the cloak. I just want to run.
Yeah, with the fog and just the elements.
With my book bag. Like I'm late.
Yeah.
Like, I need to go study potions. Like you bitches don't understand how good it feels to wear this.
No, honestly.
With the sleeves too. Like
I wish I could wear it all the time. I mean, I guess I could. There's nothing stopping me from doing that, but
people just aren't as accepting, you know?
Yeah, they just don't accept witches these days.
And they don't accept visionaries, trailblazers, trendsetters.
All of that. People want to be basic. They don't want to be like other girls. They don't want to be like us. But you know what? That's fine.
That's fine. In some ways, we aren't like other girls. Even though we're trying to unlearn that, in some ways, we're still not like other girls.
We're just different.
We're different.
Yeah. But with all of that being said, should we get into the spooky stories?
Yes. Why don't you explain to the listeners, to the folks, what the rating system will be, how we're rating them, and
okay, so
etc., etc.
Yes, it's very simple. So we basically have picked out 2 like little creepy stories each, and we're going to do dramatic readings of them. And so whoever goes first, like if you read yours first, you're going to read yours, and then we're going to determine if it was like, what should we do? Like
out of 5 or something, maybe?
Yeah, like 5 pumpkin, or like I give that 2 out of 5 pumpkins.
Cute. Okay, or something. I'm down for pumpkins. Okay.
Yeah, I was like pumpkins or ghosts or something. I don't know.
Ghosts.
Yes.
Ghosts. Okay. I 0 out of 5. Whatever. Ghosts. Okay.
Yeah. So basically
ghosties.
We're just determined. Like we're just gonna tell some cute little spooky stories, and then basically just rate them. Like, ooh, that one was super scary, or that one was like, it wasn't really scary. I mean, I feel like I found 2 pretty good ones, and I'm sure you did too. So I'm really excited. I love a good spooky story, man. So I thought this would be really fun.
I'm excited because I skimmed mine because I just want to make sure they were like, you know, I don't know, interesting, I guess. Yeah. But I haven't really read them. So for all I know, I could read one that's not good at all and just be like, well, damn. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be good. Yours looks like it's got a little bit longer paragraphs than mine. So if you want to go first, you can.
Okay. I'll go first. Sure. We'll take turns. So I will go first.
Exciting.
Mine is called The Cabin. Yes. A hiker decided to go on a hike by himself, something he was not very used to. The whole day was normal. Trees and bushes engulfed his surroundings. He enjoyed being outdoors in the mountains. Nothing seemed strange to him. That was until he was making his way back to his car. He figured an 8-hour hike was good enough. The sky was already getting dark and he needed to get back fast. What was odd was how much he didn't recognize the trail back. He began to panic. Night had already taken over and all he had was a flashlight and no clue on how to get back. He knew it was already too late and too dangerous to keep going through the perilous forest. He began to worry that he would have no shelter for the night when almost luckily enough, he stumbled across a broken down cabin. It was dark and seemed like no one had visited it in years, but he knew it was the only place where he could rest until daylight, especially since his flashlight was running out of battery. He knocked on the door a few times, but no one answered, so he let himself in where, strangely enough, A perfect bed fitted for one person awaited him in the center. He knew that if the owner came back, he could explain himself. He was sure that the owner wouldn't mind or was probably even dead. So he went ahead and got himself comfortable in bed. As he tried to sleep, he couldn't ignore the collections of paintings around the room. Portraits of strange-looking people, all peering at him, each wearing a smile that sent chills up his spine. Not too long after his exhaustion from the hike got the best of him, he was able to ignore the faces. The next morning, he got up early and was shocked to see that there were no paintings around the room, just windows.
What the fuck?
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Oh.
My eyes were like moving faster than my brain, so I saw how it was ending and I was like, oh shit.
Oh my god. I give that 9 out of 10 ghosts TBH.
That's a pretty okay, I'll give it like 8 out of 8 out of 10 ghosties.
Well, only because like good. I've never heard anything. Like that was
good.
That was good.
Sorry, Harm. I didn't know it was gonna be about hiking somewhere. I don't want you to be scared. Go ahead.
I mean, as long as you don't go into a stranger's home.
No strange cabins.
To sleep, no
Off
less.
limits.
Oh my god. Oh.
My heart, it's racing.
That was
That was pretty good. Okay,
that was good.
That one.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I'm right?
I'm scared.
I'm a little spooked.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Mine is called This New Old House. We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall and every ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yep, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where is the material you removed from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing.
No. No. I'm gonna head out. James.
James? What was that?
That's 10 out of 10 for me. That's fucking disgusting.
10 out of 10 ghosts,
That's
baby.
some shit Leatherface is into.
Can you imagine you're looking at your wallpaper and like, yeah, it's kind of ugly.
Damn. Y'all had weird sense of interior design.
Right, this color ain't even cute. It's a little grayish, like flesh tone, but like not. Can you fucking imagine?
Nope.
Ew.
If there's one thing about me, it's anything Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface related, it will send me into a spiral. So just thinking about skin, like...
And then they're just ripping it off like, oh, it's just ugly. Let's get it's fucking skin.
No.
I thought that was fun.
That was a good one. I was not expecting that at all. I thought like there were going to be bodies in the wall or something, but...
No, the wall is the skin, baby.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like it. Okay.
Okay, what's your next
I guess,
one?
you know what? These are actually going a lot faster than I thought. Maybe
right? We can do like a couple more.
Maybe we'll do a couple more. Okay, so this next one is called The Red Wristband, which is funny because I went to a show the other night with Perla. We went to go see Neon Trees, and the drink wristband, like how you have to show your ID to get a wristband, was bright red, and it just said 21 plus, which like I've never had a wristband look like that. So anyways.
Life imitates art.
The Red Wristband. A doctor was working at a hospital where the patients were tagged with colored wristbands: green, alive; red, deceased. One night, the doctor was instructed to to get a few supplies from the basement of the hospital, and so he headed to the lift. The lift doors opened, and there was a patient inside, minding her own business. Patients were allowed to roam around the hospital to stretch, especially those who have stayed long. The rule was to be back in their rooms before 10. Oh, this one's really short. Okay, sorry. The doctor smiled at the patient before pressing the number to the basement. He found it unusual that the woman didn't have a button already pressed. He wondered if she was heading to the basement too. The lift finally reached the floor where the doors opened. In the distance, a man was limping towards the elevator, and in a panic, the doctor slammed the elevator button to close. It finally did, and the lift began to ascend back up. The doctor's heart was pounding. Why did you do that? He was trying to use the lift, the woman stated, annoyed. Did you see his wrist? The doctor asked. It was red. He died last night. I would know because I did his surgery. The woman lifted her wrist. He saw red. She smiled. Like this one?
Goodbye.
What?
Oh my God. I would have literally dropped dead myself.
This one I'm going to give like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of buried the lead where not buried the lead, like gave it away where it's like she didn't have anywhere to go. Like, I don't know. This one was like fine.
It was
but
okay.
Like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll agree. Wait, what's our rating system? It's
Ghosties.
out of 5.
It's 5 out of 10 ghosties, I think.
5 out of 10 ghosties.
It was fine, but whatever.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit of a letdown.
I mean,
I thought like when I saw the green means alive, red means deceased, I was like, that's interesting. And then like it kind of just like, it would have been better if he wasn't dead. If it was like, why'd you close the elevator? And he was like, I thought that looked like someone, like if he was more like paranoid. And then she like, she was like, like this or something like that, I don't know. It was a little strange, but whatever.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Well, okay. Here's my next one. It's called My Daughter Learned to Count.
Okay.
My daughter woke me around 11:50 last night. My wife and I had picked her up from her friend Sally's birthday party, brought her home, and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep watching the Braves game. Daddy, she whispered, tugging my shirt sleeve. Guess how old I'm going to be next month? I don't know, Beauty, I said as I slipped on my glasses. How old? She smiled and held up 4 fingers. It's 7:30 now. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours. She still refuses to tell us where she got them.
Stop.
10 out of 10
That's 10 out of 10. Oh my God.
That was fucked
You're
up.
getting all the good ones. Damn.
I skimmed and I was like, that is just messed up. That was
a good
crazy.
one. That was a really good short one. Like that was like 3 sentences.
Yeah. Oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, oh, no. Throw the whole child away.
Nope.
Because where do you get them fingers from?
Throw it away. Done.
The child has got to go. I will yeet this child out of my home.
I am not afraid to kick a child.
I'm calling the police.
I'm calling the police.
You can get the fuck out, little girl.
Is that a weed?
This is like a weed.
Oh shit, that was a good one. I like that. Yeah, like what? What's wrong with
ma'am?
you? Ma'am? Are you good?
I'm like, honey, I'm so sorry, but I gotta go. Our kid's going to the dumpster. Oh my God. These are so fun.
That one was fun.
Do we maybe want to pause and find a couple more?
Yeah, let's pause really quick.
Okay, we found some more.
We did find some more. So I'm going to be reading a short story called The Vanishing Hitchhiker. This one's like a little bit longer, but not very much longer.
Go for it.
A newlywed couple have Heather, hi.
Hey, girl.
Heather and Nathan were driving up to the Northern California coast to spend their dream honeymoon in a quaint bed and breakfast with a seaside view. They had hoped to arrive before dark, but a heavy fog had descended on Highway 1 and their progress was slow. They were at least an hour and a half from their destination as night fell. If you've ever driven that stretch of highway, you know how treacherous it can be, with its narrow lanes and switchback curves. It was just as they were rounding one of those curves that they passed a solitary hitchhiker, a young woman in a wispy white dress standing on the shoulder with thumbs outstretched. Good luck getting a ride on a night like this, muttered Nathan under his breath. Stop the car and turn around, said Heather. Please, she's all alone. We have to give her a ride. But we're 2 hours late, Heather pleaded. Nathan pulled off the road and turned around. As they approached the girl from the opposite direction, they could see her dress was in tatters. Her face was pale and gaunt. Can we give you a ride? Heather smiled as they pulled up beside her. Oh, thank you. The young woman appeared to be in her late teens or early 20s. I have to get home. My parents will be worried sick. Where do you live? Asked Nathan. Just down the road, about 10 miles, she said, climbing into the back seat. There's an intersection with an abandoned gas station across from there. It's a white house with a rose garden. They're waiting for me. As they made their way north again, Heather attempted to make conversation, but the girl fell silent and slumped in the back seat, apparently asleep. After 15 minutes, Nathan spotted a dilapidated service station. Is this it? He asked. Hey, is this the intersection? Heather turned around to wake the woman, and her breath caught. Nathan, she's gone. What do you mean she's gone? Nathan said, pulling into the driveway of the White House. How can she be gone? She was right. The hitchhiker had vanished. A light came on, and two people, an elderly couple, stepped out onto the porch. Can we help you? The man asked, as though he was dreading hearing the answer. I don't know, Nathan began. We were driving and we picked up this hitchhiker, a girl. And she gave you this address and asked you to bring her home, the man finished. Yes, said Heather. How did you? And then she was gone? Heather nodded. You aren't crazy and you're not the first. She was our daughter. Her name was Diane. She passed away 7 years ago, killed by a hit-and-run driver on the highway. They never caught whoever did it, but I guess her spirit won't rest until they do.
Oh?
I think that girl's called La Llorona or something like that. In like Mexican. You think it's the same story?
Wait,
there's like a story where only men, like truck drivers, will see this woman like on the side of the road and want to pick her up. Oh shit!
I thought La Llorona was that woman that drowned her kids.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There's
okay.
Okay, it sounds like Bloody Mary or not Bloody Mary, but like something like that. Like there's always like that's fucking scary. That's my worst nightmare. Okay. Not that I'm picking up random people.
Yeah, see, we are not getting hitchhikers to begin with, but
I could not imagine, and the fact that the old couple knew. Oh my god. If they have to deal, can you imagine? They have to deal with that every single time. They've told that story so many times.
Like, and then she disappeared.
Yeah, we know. Holy shit.
I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 10 ghosties.
I'm going to give it 7.5 ghosties because something about that more so, not even her disappearing, but the fact that the couple's like, let me guess.
Used to it.
Like, that's scary. Like, this has happened to them before.
That is kind of scary.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That was a good one.
All right, your turn. I think I saved my best for last, but we'll see.
I might have saved my best for last. I don't know. I guess we'll see based on your rating.
We'll see.
Alrighty. Here we go. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because the first line's in bold for no reason. One night long ago. Okay, I'm sorry.
It has to be like a grand introduction, you know?
One night long ago. A young woman our age is home alone with her dog and reveling in solitude. Smart, practical, and self-sufficient, she doesn't panic when an alert on her phone informs her that a serial killer has escaped from a nearby prison. Yikes.
Okay, couldn't be me, but...
No. With her dog at her heels, she surveys the house, locks the doors and windows, curls up with her dog in bed, finishes her book, and drifts off to sleep.
Sounds just like you.
Yes, yes, it does. The girl soon awakens. She hears a distant dripping sound. Half awake, she checks the kitchen faucets, but gives up and returns to bed, receiving a lick on the hand from her loyal dog in comfort. Again, she's roused from slumber by the drip, drip, drip. Feels the reassuring lick and falls back to sleep. But the third time, she hops out of bed, determined to locate the source of the incessant noise and heads for the bathroom. When she flips on the light, the scene that greets her is horrific. Her beloved dog is hanging from the shower nozzle with its throat cut, the blood dripping onto the ceramic of the tub. Screaming, the girl backs into the wall behind her and collapses, sobbing for the loss of her best friend and terrified by the unimaginable crime. Through the tears, she scans and assesses the rest of the room. She stands up and turns around, and there on the bathroom wall, someone has written in her dog's blood, "Humans can lick too."
10 out of 10. I love that fucking story so much.
I have heard that one before, but it wasn't told like that.
Mm-hmm. They modernized it, like the mention of the phone and like getting an alert. I just love that story.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know the cabin part of it. I always heard it as like a little kid.
Yeah, me too. It was like a kid and like, yeah, it's the whole licking hand. That's why I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
the licking the hand. Oh, creepy.
That's
creepy.
such a good one, dude. Like 10 out of 10. It's such a classic.
It is a classic. It's just so, whoever originated that, you're crazy for that.
And I love that we all had like a different like experience knowing that. Like
that is a classic.
It's a good one.
Oh my God.
That's a 10 out of 10 ghosties for sure.
10 out of 10 ghosties because it is a classic. And the fact that we all know it, like you said, like that's
so good.
And that was, honestly, I feel like that is where a lot of us like have that kind of like subconscious fear of like our hands and feet hanging over the bed.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's because of that story.
Dude, me and Harm yesterday, because Harm and I have been in like on a kick of watching like nature videos. So like bears and lions and whatever. And you said something that is exactly how I felt as a kid. Well, Harm said something that I felt exactly as a kid. Is I love sharks. I think sharks are super interesting. But
justice for the sharks.
I would get so scared watching shark like week videos or something that I didn't want to put my feet on the ground. And it's like, I'm in a house. There's no a shark is not going to bite my fucking ankles. But Harm brought that up too, that she had felt the same way. And I was like, is this like a universal child feeling where like you're just are afraid to put your ankles or hands or whatever?
Because
like
something could get you.
Something could grab them. Like, oh,
or lick your finger.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, thank you.
No.
I'm good.
I'm so good, actually.
Okay, so, what's your next one?
So I think I saved my best for last. I skimmed it, and if it's disappointing, then I'm just going to yeet myself because same. It started off really strong, and I feel like it's steadily been going downhill, but we're going to see.
Yeah.
This story is called The Clown Statue, and if you know anything about me, you know I love clowns. I collect clowns. Maybe I'll post like a photo of all of my clowns in the Instagram post.
Show the people your clowns.
Oh, I will. I'll show the people my clowns. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys will think they're cute or something because I love them. So anyways, this story is called The Clown Statue. Christy, a teenager, was babysitting for a family in Newport Beach, California. The family was wealthy and had a huge house. You know the sort, with a ridiculous amount of rooms. The parents were going out for a late dinner and movie. The father tells Christy that once the children are in bed, it was so loud, sorry. Okay. I will start again.
Start over.
Should I start over? No.
No.
We can just pick up.
Yeah, pick up.
Okay. The parents are going out for a late dinner and movie. The father tells Christy that once the children are in bed, she should go into the den because he didn't want her wandering around the house, and she could watch TV in the den. The parents take off, and soon after, she gets the kids into their beds and goes to the den to watch TV. She tries watching a movie, but she is disturbed by a clown statue in the corner of the room. She tries to ignore it for as long as possible, but it starts freaking her out so much that she can't stand it. She decides to call the father and dials his number, and he answers. Christy says, "Hey, the kids are in bed, but is it okay if I switch rooms? This clown statue is really creeping me out." The father's voice drops. "Get the kids, go next door, and call 911. "But why? What's going on?" "Just go next door, and once you call the police, call me back." She hangs up the phone, gets the kids, goes to the neighbor's house next door, and calls the police. When the police are on their way, she calls the father back. So really, what's going on? He responds, we don't have a clown statue.
Excuse me? Excuse me? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I give it like a 7 only because what does that mean? Like, it's a clown statue. Are you implying that the clown...
It's implying someone was dressed as a clown in the room staring at her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe 8 out of 10 because never mind, that's scary. Because when you describe it as a statue, I'm like, I think a literal like block of like a statue, not like
not like a figure or like a mannequin.
Yeah, you know. Okay. But like, okay, that's fucking scary.
I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 10 ghosties. Like, I am low-key sad with my selections, but that's on me for also wanting to be surprised. Like, I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I thought it was like, honestly, I'm just biased because like I wouldn't be scared. I probably wouldn't. If she was like, if she was mistaken that it was a statue, then that means that it was standing very still and it wasn't giving her a reason to be freaked out, except like she probably just doesn't like clowns. See, me, I like clowns. And if it was standing that still to come off as a statue, my ass would have just sat there.
Right. Just been like, the whole time. See, me, no, I would have been calling too. Like, can I get the, can I go? Because
this clown is not it.
I'm okay with, no, we're leaving.
I'm actually so good.
I'm so good, sweetie. But that is scary to me. That whole concept of like you calling someone or like, it's the very, very definition of like the call is coming from inside the house. That whole like, get the kids and get out. Don't say, just leave. When I hear that, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, okay.
Whoa. And that's like my least favorite, like, I guess you could call it a trope. You know when someone will call a character panicked and they'll be like, get out of the house right now. Mm-hmm. And the person on the other end is always like, what? What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
If you called me and was like, listen to me, you need to get out of the house right now.
Okay.
I'm the way I would already have one foot out of the front door, keys in hand. I would not be sitting there like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, girl.
We don't even call each other that often. So the fact that you were calling me immediately, I'm
there's a problem.
I'm at attention. I'm alerted. Like, what is going on?
Every time. Okay. I watch Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I think that's what it is.
The movie?
Yeah.
The one that
came out recently with the kids.
Yeah.
There's a scene in that movie. It's the part, no spoiler. If you don't want spoilers, if you've not seen it, then skip ahead. I don't know. But there's a scene.
Huh? Yeah. We saw it on like it wasn't like a first date, but like, we had kind of liked each other already. Yeah, anyways,
kind of liked each other already.
Harm's like, I'm embarrassed. Stop.
That's cute. No, yeah. In that movie, when the girl starts like putting the pieces together, she calls her friend, and this part pissed me off so bad. She calls him, and she was like, Augie, you need to get out of the house. Like, what are you doing right now? And he's like, oh, I'm about to eat some stew. And she's like, don't fucking eat it. Don't eat it. Just get right. She was like, don't eat it. Like, just get out. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he fucking eats a finger. Like, bro, if your best friend is calling you distressed, like, don't fucking eat. Like, first of all, she knows that you're about to eat something.
Right.
That should already give you a clue. Like, how the fuck did you know I was about to eat something?
Right.
I'd be panicked already. Like,
I'd
what
be
the
like,
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he's steady just eating it and like, huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Bitch, get the fuck out of the house is what I mean. And he just didn't, and he fucking got.
Period.
So.
And that's what you get.
That's what you get. So, yeah, that whole concept of a person being like, get out of the house right now. I'm gone. I'm not asking questions.
I mean, we just rewatched The Strangers, and I think we mentioned this in like our horror movie bracket episode, but we just rewatched that. And that movie is like the epitome of like, get the fuck out of the house. Like, how many times do you need to get jump scared by these people?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you won't fucking catch me in a house in the middle of nowhere. That's rule number 1.
No, not at all.
You just won't.
And also, like, I'm not about to let someone ram my car from behind more than once.
Nope.
I'm speeding and turning because they can't get me because they gotta whip it too. So if you can't whip it before me, I'm going around you because you can still drive if someone hits you from behind. For at least, you can drive. So I'm not giving you an opportunity to hit me twice because they literally sat there screaming in the car while they're being rammed. Like, if you don't go, anyways,
I'm done.
Yeah, y'all are stupid. Anyways,
so you have one last one.
I have one last story. Again, similarly, I don't know if it's gonna be. I thought it was interesting. I kind of skimmed it, but okay. This one is called Ballers. Ballers, except they're fallers.
Fallers. Okay, let's see.
So, and it goes as follows.
Goes a little like this.
Yes. People started falling from the sky by the close of the decade. They were never clothed, always naked, always a petrifying grin on their faces. It had been just a few at first, but then hundreds and thousands would fall at a time, destroying cars, homes, blocking off highways. Strange discoveries were made upon research. They were human, but lacked any blood, intestines, even a heart. No one could explain the hideous grins they had or even where they came from. It was a woman in Costa Rica who made the latest and most disturbing discovery. She recognized one of the fallen bodies as a long-dead relative, one who had died back when she had been a teenager. Then more and more identifications were made. Soon, people were picking out their long-dead loved ones amongst the video feeds, cadaver piles, and crematoriums. No one could explain why they were coming back, falling from the sky. Even more distressing, after disposing of the bodies, it wouldn't be long until that same body came plummeting from the sky again. You could not get rid of them no matter what. People were getting killed by the higher volume of falling bodies, and soon after burial, they too began to fall. My mother was killed when a body landed on her car, crushing her. The next week, the news reported on a body that had gotten lodged in an airplane windshield. I saw my mother's grinning face, the happiest I had ever seen her. They say when hell is full, the dead shall walk the earth. What about heaven?
Fuck all of that. Oh my God.
When I read, I was like, like it's creepy in a different, can you fucking imagine?
Oh fuck, that's a 15 out of 10 ghosties.
15 out of 10 ghosties because the concept is terrifying.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
I don't like that.
I feel icky and uncomfy.
Because so many questions, right? Like, how? Why? Why are they naked? Why?
Where do they go?
Where are they going? Where are they coming? Well, the S to the ending.
But how do they even, how did they get up there?
I feel
how
like
did they get up there?
Maybe heaven and hell is like a circle, and maybe Satan's like, you know what? I got too many down here. I'm flushing y'all down the earth's toilet, and y'all are just gonna come back like raindrops. I don't know. I don't understand the science, but that one got me.
That was good.
That was
the minute you started. I was like, huh?
What'd you say?
What do you mean?
what do you mean? Yeah, that one was really creepy.
That was fucking good.
Can you imagine?
There's one last story, and I was trying to find it and I couldn't, but basically, I'm just gonna try to tell you it.
Yeah.
So in the 70s, in Russia, I think it's after the Cold War is ended, they're on super high alert, and in a restricted area, this man appears, and he's wearing these old timey clothes, and he has this old camera with him, and they're like, what are you doing here? This is a super off limits area. And he's like, I don't know. I have no idea where I am. I don't know what day it is. What the fuck is going on? And they're like, oh, okay, this fool's on drugs. He's doesn't know where he is. We need your identification. So he pulls out a really old piece of paper that's his identification. And I forget his name, but it's some Italian name or a Russian name. Yeah. And it says that his birthday is 1912 or something like that. And they're like, okay, so theoretically this guy's supposed to be in his 60s. He looks no older than 35. You're wearing these weird old clothes. What the fuck is going on? So they take him in for questioning and he's like, I need to know what day it is. I don't recognize where I am, what's going on. And they're like, it's so-and-so, 1970, whatever. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like the last time I checked, it was like 1945. And they're like, huh? Oh. So they like start questioning him and they're like, this fool's clearly on drugs or he's crazy. They take his camera. There's no way the camera is in that good of a condition from the 40s. Then like still working. The film, they can't develop it. Like it's too old. There's no technology to process it anymore. But they have a bunch of people come in and check it. The camera's authentic. His paperwork is authentic. His clothes are authentic. He is authentic. He, for all intents and purposes, yes, he's authentic. So they're like questioning him and they're like, well, what's the last thing you remember? And he's like, I was taking pictures. Like, that's the last thing I remember. So they finally find a specialist who specializes in developing old film. They get the film. It's like to the T accurate of where they are, the city in Russia that they are 30 years ago. It's like to the T accurate. Oh, they have like the blueprints and like the city, like, you know, files of
Sir, what the fuck? How did you get here?
So they're like, what the exactly how the fuck did you get here? And he's like, I have no idea. So they basically like, it's just a phenomenon. They can't explain it and they just can't explain it. So I forget how the story goes.
Damn.
But like basically he like continues his life, I think. And then like, since there's two different timelines, his girlfriend from the 40s puts out missing people reports for him. So by the 70s, he's no longer considered missing because he's the same age now. In her mind, she's an old lady in the 70s and her boyfriend just like disappeared. But he's in the 70s now. His age, young man? As the same age. So he like, it's just, I forget how it ends. I'm doing a really bad job retelling it. But basically like he just continues his life. He continues to take photos and then one day he like disappears. And then the timeline corrects itself and he goes back to the 40s somehow.
What?
Yeah.
He goes back?
Mm-hmm. Somehow he goes back. I did a really bad job retelling that, but I just thought it was really interesting because the way it's told is like it's real. It's like a creepypasta story. And then by the end, it's like, what? And like you're so convinced it's real. And then it's like you find out it's not.
But you know what's crazy about that? You hear these things. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist by any means, but you hear stories like that and you have to wonder like, does this come from some sort of real place? Because you hear all the time like people talking about like glitches in reality. And that's so scary to me because it's like I feel like, again, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Let's put our tinfoil hats on.
Let's put them on really quick.
I'm back in.
I'm back in with the conspiracy theories. I feel like the concept of like glitches in reality and deja vu are very much connected.
I agree.
Because I can count on only one hand how many times I've kind of experienced deja vu. And it's always just like, I can't remember why I feel like I've had this experience before.
That's interesting that you feel that, or that you haven't experienced it that often, because I experience deja vu all the time. Like all the time about the most mundane shit. Like I'll be in my car at a certain time of day on a certain street and I'm like, I thought I was just here.
Yeah, for me it's like literally me saying something. I'm like,
didn't I already say this?
Yeah, like who did I just say this to? Didn't I just say that yesterday? I feel like I've said this exact same thing yesterday. What is going on? It's just so weird how that can happen. But that story is scary because like it's scary to think that like he would just go back to the 40s, because I feel like with all the knowledge that he acquired by being in the 70s for however long he was.
I think the story is like he just, like the same kind of confusing way he jumped forward, he jumped back. I think that's how the story went. Like, I don't think he chose to go back. I think it just kind of like...
but like he goes back. But can you imagine
how crazy that would be?
Well, but like, you jump forward and it's like, okay, I can't do anything about it. So I guess I have to stay here and get acclimated to like what's going on in the future. And then once you get somewhat acclimated to being in the future, and then you, rather accidentally or on purpose, go back to the 40s, now you know all this shit.
Yeah, and then you have to pretend you don't or like reacclimated to shit that doesn't exist yet.
Right, and getting frustrated, like, do you know what the fuck is going on in the future?
Yeah.
They got cars and shit. Well, not to say that they don't have cars in the front, but like, you know, they have stuff.
Okay. Is it another story?
But yeah, like people, like it's so wild that the idea that things like that could happen with no explanation.
If anyone is a fan of the Two Hot Takes podcast, I highly suggest listening. I think it came out like a couple weeks ago. That's where I heard the story from. She retells it very, very well. And her two co-hosts were so into the story until the very end when she like kind of giggles at one of the points. And then they're like, oh, you're fucking, it's a fake story.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this time traveler believable? What the fuck? Oh my god. The third one's pretty crazy. It's like a modern man in 1960.
World Cup 1962.
Oh my god. And then the fourth one, there's like a guy with a cell phone. Like, what? Yes.
Wait, what?
Like, see that? Some like modern ass looking hipster, and then like this person has a cell phone right there. What the fuck? That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I'll have to put like the episode that Two Hot Takes story is told in like our description or something, because it was pretty good.
Yeah, there's like, the world is full of like creepy anecdotes and like creepy little moments in time where I don't know. The world is crazy and creepy and crawly, and that's why we love the season.
Yep. Tom DeLonge was onto something. Aliens are real. There's some weird shit going on.
Are you like an alien person? Because me, I'm not. I'm more of like a ghost person. Like, I'd be thrilled if I saw a ghost, but like I'm not really into like alien stuff, like alien movies or like alien shows. Like, I'm not really into that. But ghosts
movies. The only alien movie I like is The Fourth Kind. I think that movie's really cool. It's scary. Am I into aliens as a whole? I mean, I don't deny their existence, but I'm not like into them. Like, you know what I mean? Like Nope is a really good movie, but it like wasn't. I'm just not super into alien movies. I don't deny the existence of them. Ghosts?
See,
now I'm into ghosts.
Controversial take. I fully deny the existence of aliens. I think you're all batshit crazy. Sorry about it.
Oh my god.
You will never convince me that aliens are real, because no one can definitively say like what they look like.
Well, we can't also definitively say that we're the only people in this vast, wide.
That is true. That's true. My question though then is, for the aliens out there, if you have somehow access to our world, if you're so fucking advanced and you're so much better than us, why haven't you come out and come over here and make yourselves known? Why is it a secret? And how come, if you are here, why are you so easily getting captured by our bitch ass government? How
You're
Area
not even
51,
lying, yeah.
All that? How are you getting captured by the government and they're like just holding you hostage in some remote location? How's that possible if you guys are so smart?
I don't think they're being held hostage. I think they were murked on site, because if our government knows how to do anything, they know how to brutally murder people.
That's fair and true, but also aliens. Come on now. Like,
maybe that's why. Maybe like in the 50s when they had all these like alien sightings and they saw their brethren being murdered and then like being kept in formaldehyde filled like chambers somewhere. They were like, you know what? We are so good. You guys have fun.
We are so good.
We are out of here. Bye, girlies.
You know what? Fair. I wouldn't blame the aliens for seeing that and being like, you know what? The human race is kind of shit. Maybe we should just stay over here. I certainly would. If I was if I was like a different life form, and I was seeing like what was happening, I'd be like, no, I'm so good. I'm going to stay over here away from you bitches. But to that point, I would say
Sorry. My headphones are like cutting out a little bit.
Oh.
I think it's like that. But I'm good. I'm good
now. Mine is...
Oh shit, is yours fucking up now too?
Okay, I think we're good now.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. The aliens, they're like, what bitch, what?
they're like, well, fuck with your technology, ho. But to that point, I don't believe in aliens, but I feel like ghosts is a more probable thing for me because it's like, it's just a human life that is like in spirit form. Like to me, that's more realistic because it's like, you know, the whole concept of residual energy and like ghosties and all that. It's like, okay, it was just a human that's not like with its working parts.
Right.
Like it's physical parts, but like
it's like the soul of that person.
Yeah, and like, you know, they say like what makes a person is their soul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. Whatever.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was a little tiny bit of a ghost skeptic until I saw the Clown Motel episode of Ghost Adventures. That human-size ghost puppet with its hand moving. Have you seen that episode?
Yes, but I don't remember that part.
There's a part because Zach, our boy Zach, hi, he hates clowns, which like, it's just why we would never work. Yeah. He goes into like the lobby, which is where like the vast, you know, collection is at.
Yeah.
And there's a huge life-size clown in a chair. And it has a bunch of like other plushies like on its lap and stuff. And it has these huge hands on its lap. And Zach, he's all by himself and he's like standing in there and he's like, if there's something in here, show yourself. And he's like egging these fucking spirits on, which also like, if you haven't seen the episode, the motel is across the street from like a pioneer time fucking graveyard. So it's extra haunted and extra creepy.
Yeah.
As he's like taunting it and he's like, show yourself, the fucking hand moves. There was no shaking. He literally stood there and like jumped up and down to prove that the hand like didn't just fall. The fucking huge clown moved and I was like, yup, yup.
Evidence.
Yup. And surprisingly, that didn't deter me from my love of clowns. It just proved that there are spirits that are like real. But
for me, similarly, it was not a Ghost Adventures episode, but it was an episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen every episode. I literally play it as background noise because I love Shane. And shout out to Shane and Ryan. I love them so much.
We know you're listening.
They're my favorite two people. But yeah, like they would go, of course, like different haunted places to investigate.
Right.
And they went and investigated the Annabelle doll. The notorious Annabelle doll.
Fuck all that.
And that is like one of the, I mean, obviously it's been like, not monetized, that's not the word, but like there's like a big...
It's popularized.
Everyone
is familiar.
Yeah, like it's got movies, it's got everything. Like, but the story itself always kind of like creeped me out because of the real stories that I've heard. I mean, obviously I can't determine if they're true or not, but people have said when they go to visit the doll, like the real one, whenever they go to visit it and they like taunt it, bad shit has happened to them almost immediately. I heard about some guy who like didn't believe that like the doll was haunted, and he basically like taunted her, and I guess he like got into like a really fucking bad motorcycle accident and almost died, or he did die, or I don't remember, but he got hurt really bad. And then something happened to somebody else, but like people who like fuck with that doll, like they didn't have to touch it or anything. They just disrespected the spirit. And like bad shit start happening to them. So when I hear things like that, like real people that didn't believe in like, you know, that shit, it makes you wonder, you know, because there's a lot of debate about whether ghosts and spirits can be seen or not seen or felt. Me, I'm a believer of that. Like, I don't think ghosts can be seen. I think they can be felt.
I think they can be felt 100%.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like that feeling of like, you know, people say like, oh, so-and-so is watching over me. It's like a moment when like, you know, when you're at your lowest and like a mini miracle happens, you know? It's like, oh, I feel like someone's
here with me.
Someone fucking helped me just then. But I don't believe like, you know, all the picture evidence and stuff. I don't know about that.
I think some of them are really doctored. I think like the light orb thing is really interesting.
Yeah.
But
fair enough. Yeah.
To your point right now, have you ever experienced something, before we go?
Yes.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Because I have.
You have?
I have.
I cannot say that I ever, because I feel like if anything, I tried to like force myself into believing I've had one. But when I was a kid, mainly. Like when I was a kid, I used to like, I'd be like, oh. Like,
we really wanted to be witches when we were kids.
Still
I mean,
do.
hey, we are. Haha.
Shout out to, what's her name? Is it Hillary Burton from One Tree Hill?
Oh.
Is that her name?
I don't know.
I should know
better than me.
I'm like, I should know. But she just recently came out with like a grimoire and like calls herself a witch.
What the fuck? I want to see it.
I'll show you it. But like, she's like a self-declared witch.
Good for her.
That's what I said.
Join the club, girl.
I was like, wow, mother. But I mean, she's married to Jeffrey Dean Morgan, so I feel like she's definitely winning in all aspects. Hot, sexy, beautiful, gorgeous. Love them both. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Not funny, but like, that's
interesting.
Cool. Yeah. But no, I don't think I've ever actually had a supernatural experience.
I'm not going to make it too long because the podcast is already a little long, but I'm not going to make it too long.
Sorry about that.
My paranormal experience is when I went to New York with my mom in 2018. We did a quote unquote candlelight catacomb tour. And it was a tour of the old St. Patrick's Cathedral in Nolita. It's not the St. Patrick's on the like Upper East Side. It's the one in Nolita. It's really old. It's a really old church, and you do this tour where like you tour the church. You do like the grounds or whatever, and then you do the catacombs underneath. I'm not Catholic. I don't know anything about the Catholic religion, but all of like the popes or like cardinals or whatever rank they are, when they're at that church, like the pastor, I guess, of those churches, they'll be buried in that church. So the whole catacomb below, the basement, is full of like either donors that were like a really big part of the cemetery, or like people of notoriety that were a part of that church, or like the cardinals themselves. So we went downstairs and we were like in a little waiting room where they kind of like, I think they have like funeral services there. I was burning the fuck up. It was not warm in New York. It was cold. I had to take my sweater off. I had to take like my little beanie off. Like I was fucking sweating, and everyone around me was like freezing cold, and I was sweating, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm so hot.
Oh, wow.
And then we go into the catacomb and the opposite happens. Everyone is super warm. It's like kind of muggy in there, and I'm freezing fucking cold. So we start, and I asked my mom, I'm like, are you cold right now? She's like, no. I'm like, I'm fucking freezing. So I'm sitting there, I'm like teeth chattering fucking cold. And we're like looking at all the different like catacomb burial sites. They're, talking about who's buried there. And there's one part of it that I just got really fucking freaked out because I'm cold, and I know that cold air is associated with spirits. So I'm already feeling kind of weird. And we go into this like a mausoleum, and there's 4 slots in there. 3 of them are empty, and there's only one actual like casket in this mausoleum. And our tour guide tells us this story that it was like this really rich like oil miner or something, and he bought this mausoleum plot for his family. And when he died, they all fought so much over his fortune that they never spoke again. So he's buried all by himself in this mausoleum plot that he bought for his family. Oh. That's when I felt fucking weird. And I was like, and I didn't even know the story yet. Like I walked in there and was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So that was my only like paranormal experience where I just felt weird and like cold and freaked out the whole time. And I talked to my mom about it later. She's like, I didn't feel any of that. And like everyone around us was like having a fun time or just like bored. And I'm sitting here like
having
on,
a whole
I had a whole experience. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't want to make that too long. But yeah, that's my paranormal experience.
Wow, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy scary.
I felt like that was the perfect note to end our Halloween extravaganza.
Agreed.
On.
That was fun. I loved reading the spooky stories.
I know. It was fun.
The little antidotes. I love all of it. We love the season. We love the month.
We love the spooky season, and I'm sad it's over, but I'm glad that we got to end it on a fun Halloween note.
Yeah. We talked ghosts and aliens and everything in between. So thanks for listening.
Clowns. Hey, we covered all the bases.
Everything. So
these are our stories, our ghost adventures.
And whether or not ghosts and aliens are real will remain unsolved. No, just kidding.
Period.
Shout out to Shane and Ryan. Anyway.
Because they're listening.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you are, not sick of us yet, you can follow us on Instagram at I Don't Want to Make This Too Long Pod. You can follow me at Revolting Youth with zeros for O's.
And you can follow me at KEI_ARAA. Thank you so much as always. And let us know your spooky tales.
Period.
And your spooky plans.
And your favorite Halloween activities. And what you dressed up as for Halloween this year.
Period.
Boo, bitch.
Boo, bitch.
Bye. Bye.